What is up, friends? Welcome back to another video with your girl. So y'all saw in the last video I braided my hair for the purposes of delivery. Well, those braids were getting dusty, rusty, and crusty. So what I did was I took down the front, shampooed it, blue drewed it. What was you trying to say? Blow dried it. So this is the end result of that. The back is still in the individual braids because I can only do my hair 1.5 at a time right now. Baby girl just got put down for her mid-morning nap, so I'm trying to take advantage of the time. I was able to go ahead and take me a shower, brush my teeth, wash my face. So now I'm gonna try to re-braid the front of my hair, and then over the course of next week I'm gonna take down the back and then do the same thing I did here. Wash the back, blow dry it, and re-braid it. And that's gonna be the routine till further notice, because trying to do wash and goes and braid outs and all of that with a baby right now, taint me. But anyway, let's talk about the birth story while I braid my hair. Pay no mind to my bootlegged bathroom. It needs a remodel. Me and my husband said we were gonna get wallpaper to put in here because I bought these little stickers from the Dollar Tree like maybe 2 years ago now, and they're starting to peel off. So I was like, what can we do to do this bathroom over? And he's like, I think it would look good with some wallpaper. And I'm like, okay, cool. But we gotta find something we like, right? So there's that. But anyway, my disclaimer, in case y'all looking all around, because people be looking all around in my videos. I'll be like, did you hear what I said? Yeah, but I saw this in your background. Like, that wasn't the point. But anyway, so birth story. Let's take it back. So I made it to 40 weeks pregnant, yay. So baby stayed in for the whole 10-month period, which is great because Black women don't always experience that. Like, there's statistics about Black people for everything, right? Well, there's definitely a statistic that Black women be so stressed out in pregnancy that they never reach the full extent of their pregnancy. So I feel like making it to 40 weeks was an accomplishment for me and my husband. I mean, my husband was such a great support that I wasn't stressed out, and that I was able to regulate my emotions to the point where I didn't allow, things that did occur to stress me out, So good on us, great on us, because the baby feels all that stuff anyway too, right? So we made it to 40 weeks. I go to the doctor and he's like, okay, we're gonna give you 1 more week, and then at 41 weeks, we're definitely gonna have to induce because she can't stay in there past that time, which, okay, I get it, whatever. So all last week, or all of the 40th week, I'm praying that she will come, so we don't have to go through that. And my dad's birthday is July 20th. So it was his goal and dream that she would be born on his birthday. So my dad's birthday, July 20th, I started feeling like the early labor feelings, signs, whatever you want to call it, right? So I'm going through that. I called my doula, let her know. She's like, all right, well, enjoy your last meal because that's going to be it. And I'm like, last meal? What? So anyway, my husband has been grilling the past few weeks because it's too hot to cook in our house, and I just like it when he grill. Early labor, July 20th, right? Around midnight, because I had told my husband, I said, she gonna come in the night or early in the morning, because that's usually when she's the most active, just in my belly. And so at about midnight, I start having contractions. And I call my doula, and she's on the phone with me, coaching me through it. I got this little app on my phone where I'm you know, counting the minute and all of this. And then she's like, lay on your side, put a pillow between your legs, and, you know, breathe. And after doing that for a few hours, I'll say, my water breaks. So I want to say my water broke at like 2:30 in the morning, something like that. So as soon as my water breaks, she's like, all right, it's time for you to go to the hospital. And I'm like, okay. So my plan was to go to Martin Luther King Hospital because my OB-GYN no longer delivers. And me and my husband kept asking him, okay, so what hospital are you affiliated with, blah, blah, blah. He never told us. So I asked my doula, and she's like, well, you know, I know everybody at MLK. They do great work, blah, blah, blah. And for my first pregnancy, I wanted to do the whole hospital thing just because I've never done this before. And I knew I wasn't going to have, like, all the support that I needed to try to do it at home. Even though I always wanted to do a home birth. But I keep telling myself, should, you know, God bless me to have another child, I will do a home birth, or at least, like, go to a birthing center. Because the hospital experience was trash. And I'll talk about that in a minute. My nurses were great, though. Shout out to all the nurses in the labor and delivery department at MLK. Y'all are the best. But the whole hospital experience in general, not my cup of tea. Like, I still have this scar on my hand from where the IV was, and I can't stand IVs. I just can't stand them. And then after I didn't need it anymore, they still kept that thing in my hand. Like, I had that thing in my hand for 2 days, and it wasn't hooked up to nothing. Like, ugh. But anyway, let's go back. Watch. Me and my husband, we get in the car, we get ready to go, and then we get to the hospital. They're on like a code something, so my husband had to wheel me all the way to the emergency room himself because it was all on lockdown. But that's not the point of the story. The point of the story is, what am I trying to do here? That's the point of the story. So I get to the emergency room. They take me through. We get to the labor delivery department. I'm having contractions. So the reason why I wanted to go to MLK was because they don't push for C-sections like most hospitals do. And if nothing else went right in my birth plan, I wanted to, you know, have the baby naturally and not have a C-section, right? So that's why I chose MLK, because they don't push for C-sections. I think it's happening, friends. I think she's coming today, finally. Contractions hurt. Can't talk. But we in here. So what happened was, I'm in labor, but I'm not dilating. Like, I get there and the lady's like 0 centimeters dilated when she first checks me. So they wait a few hours, check me again, still nothing. Wait a few more hours, check me again, still nothing. I want to say after 29 hours of labor, I only dilated 3 centimeters, and that clearly was not enough to do anything with. So in the time of me going through labor, you know, the contractions are getting more intense. I think we got there like 3:30 in the morning, so I haven't slept. And so before shift changes, which I think is like 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning, the nurse that was helping me, she gives me Taldale, which is some type of narcotic, and it puts me to sleep like right away. Like, I can still hear my husband's voice and people talking in the room, but I'm out like a light, sleep, which was great because with the pain, I really couldn't go to sleep, and I needed to. But at the same time, I was just like, dang, she just kind of gave me a drug and didn't really tell me about it, just gave it to me. So that was strike one for me with the hospital. Then 2, as I'm not dilating, now we get a little bit further along, they're like, okay, well, we're gonna put you on Pitocin so we can try to get you to dilate, Because what Pitocin does is it intensifies the contractions, which will hopefully bring upon the dilation, right? And wrong. So all the Pitocin did was make my contractions more painful than they already were, which made it unbearable to me. So in my mind, I'm like, if y'all had left me alone, I would have been able to handle my contractions and had a natural birth. But because they put me on Pitocin, them contractions was so bad, I couldn't take the pain. I really couldn't. And I'm a G. Like, I will take what I gotta take, you know, to make what I gotta make. But this case, no, was not happening. So after I want to say after like a few hours of being on Pitocin, they keep asking me like, do you want the epidural? Do you want the epidural? And they're like, you know, it's no need for you to suffer through the pain. Just get the epidural. So peer pressure after peer pressure. Plus I can't, like, I'm getting to the point where I literally can't take the pain. This part is kind of boo-boo. When I got to the point where it was like getting almost to the point of no return, I said, okay, let's do the epidural. So the doctor comes in, she's a black lady, and she goes ahead and does my epidural. They go ahead and shave me as if they're, you know, getting me ready for a C-section. She's talking about just in case, but I think they knew that because I wasn't dilating as much, they was gonna have to go ahead and C-section me, but they didn't want to tell me, right? So anyway, I get the epidural, and it was like right on time, because once she was putting it in my back and stuff, that was when the contractions really started to like go off, and I'm crying. Like, I'm crying like a baby. I'm so uncomfortable. And so once I get the epidural, now I can't get out the bed, because one of the things my nurses wanted me to do was like try to, you know, move around, dance around so we can get the baby to come out. But now with the epidural, I'm strapped to the bed. I can't move. So they give me a catheter, which makes it so I don't have to use the bathroom. And they I got the epidural, so now I can't feel the pain. And that's the one good thing. And so, like I said, I labored for 29 hours. I got there at 3 a.m. on July 21st. So at about 3 a.m. on July 22nd, they wake me up out of my sleep and, you know, proceed to take me to the operation room, because apparently baby girl's heartbeat started to decelerate, and they had to put me on a breathing machine, or, you know, on oxygen, because I started to kind of lose it. And I'm like in low-key in like a panic attack mode, because I'm getting wheeled to the operation room to do a C-section that I never wanted. You know, I literally prayed my entire pregnancy to not have to do a C-section, and then here we are having to do a C-section. So I'm looking at the light on the operating table, laying on my back, and I'm just like, all right, God, I trust you. This is you now. I'm gonna let go and give it to you. So they do the operation, and at about 4:14 in the morning, baby girl is born. Now, here's where it gets even more traumatizing. So not only did they wake me up out of my sleep, which I hate being woke up out of my sleep, to do this emergency C-section, but they also, you know, when they pull her out, she's rotated, so she winds up swallowing fluids on her way out, and that made it so she couldn't breathe on her own. Now, the other reason why I chose MLK was because they don't have a NICU. NICU stands for Neonatal Intensive Care Unit or something. So they didn't have a NICU, and I didn't think I would need a NICU, because usually a NICU is for if the baby is premature, and she made it all 40 weeks. So I'm like, okay, MLK would be a great choice because she's not premature. And so because she comes out and needs a breathing machine, they need to take her to the NICU. So as soon as they take her out, they're prepping her for transport, because since they don't have a NICU, now she has to go to a whole nother hospital. Boy, let me tell you, because the other part of what I wanted to do was to have skin to skin time and, you know, start to breastfeed and all that. No, now I gotta watch them pack my baby up and take her somewhere else, which was more traumatizing. These braids are boo-boo. Now, should I take them down or leave them up? That is the question. I really don't like these braids, y'all. Yeah, I'm gonna take them down. Which sucks. This sucks so much, because I don't have time to be wasting like this. She could wake up at any moment, and then I'm gonna have to wait until whenever she goes down again, which I don't know. This is like my only defined time where I know she's gonna go down. The rest of the day, she really will stay awake. Like, she a big girl, even though she a newborn. But I can't. It has to look a certain way for me. I'm not liking it. Anyway, all right. So they take her. They getting her ready to transport her. She's going to a hospital in Long Beach that has a NICU. Meanwhile, I'm in MLK, which is in LA. So now it's like mission impossible, because I've just had a C-section, which is considered major abdominal surgery, right? Then they take my baby somewhere else, so I don't even get to like bond with her and have that first moment. Like, literally, I've been waiting 10 months to meet my baby, and now my baby is out and she's gone. And then they won't let me out the hospital because I have to recover from the surgery I just had. So they're all giving me mixed signals. They're like, I'm like, I want to get out of here so I can get to my baby. They're like, well, you need to rest so you can recover, da da da. But on the other side, they're like, you need to walk around and, you know, get moving if you really want to get out of here. So same day air, I am up out of my bed, walking around the NICU, walking around the labor delivery unit, trying to let them know, hey, I'm gonna be up out of here as soon as I can. So yeah, she was at the thing. My husband rode in the ambulance with her when they transported her to Long Beach, and shout out to my husband for that, because if my baby had to go by herself, oh my god, that would have just been like boo-boo. So husband goes there. My dad was at the hospital, so he went and picked hubby up after, you know, they got her settled and situated there. Pretty much every day that I was in the hospital, my husband was with me, and then he would take time to like go back home, check on the house, and then go to the hospital in Long Beach and check on the baby. So I was started pumping, because they gave me a pump and everything. So I started pumping, and I was pumping colostrum or whatever. So once I got some of that, I sent that with him to give to her. So she was half on breast milk and half on Similac while she was in NICU. But since she's been home, she's been strictly on breast milk. I don't play that with the Similac. But anyway, moral of the story. It takes me 2 days to recover, which the doctor told me usually they keep people for 72 hours. But one, they had a baby boom. And MLK has a very small labor delivery department, so they only got like a few rooms. And so they wound up having like 3 women come in and deliver babies all the next day. So they made me evacuate my room and put me in this like back area. And this is when my husband was like, all right, it's getting ghetto, it's time to go. Because the room they put me in didn't even have a bathroom, didn't even have a sink with running water. Like, it was right by the operating room where I was at before. Like, it was like, yeah, giving ghetto. But the cool thing was they gave us a celebratory meal, celebrate the, you know, birth of our baby. And in the 2 days that I was there, my husband was like, I don't want to have a celebratory, you know, meal until I know you get discharged. That's when I can celebrate. So the day I got discharged, we wound up having a celebratory breakfast. And that's what you see here. They gave us some apple cider. I mixed it with some orange juice and made us a little mock mosa. It was really cute. It was really nice. And yeah, I got discharged, which I was very happy about. So let's... Hey, we had the
This is her parade dance, ladies and gentlemen. She is leaving Martin Luther King today, so she's happy. She's doing her praise dance. She about to bust a staple, y'all. All right, talk to y'all later. Bye. Deuces.
I'm out of the hospital. Huh? Say I had her July 22nd. I was discharged July 24th, and then finally got to go see my baby in the NICU and hold her. Then, you know, they said they wanted to keep her, you know, overnight one more time just to make sure she was good. She had only been on the breathing machine for like 24 hours, but they wanted to make sure, you know, she was good before they let her go. So she got discharged the next day after me. So if I got discharged 24th, she got discharged on 25th. And it was kind of a race because the doctor was like, I want her to have a follow-up appointment with a pediatrician before I can discharge her. And I'm like, how am I gonna get an appointment with a pediatrician next day air when mugs be booked up? So I spent all morning trying to find her appointment just to not, because it wasn't possible. And then I called them back and let them know that, and they're like, oh, well, we can get her appointment at our clinic. And I'm like, why you ain't tell me that from the start? Like, you put me on a Mission Impossible, then want to ask me, well, when are you getting here? I'm like, I would have been there if y'all would have told me I needed to have a doctor's appointment for her in the beginning. Like, I could have been working on that while I was still in the hospital. But that's neither here nor there. Point is, we got it done. We were able to get baby out, and she's been doing great ever since. She's been strictly on breast milk, so she's been gaining weight, which is great because most newborns lose weight, but not my baby. She's been putting on weight like she is getting ready for a fight. This is what I hate about taking stuff down. Good. So that's my birth story. Hella traumatizing. Would I do the hospital route again? No, if I can help it. The one thing with me though is they said I had fibroids, and turns out when they opened me up, they were like, yeah, you had hella fibroids. Like, I went to a specialist all through my pregnancy, and she was like, oh, you probably have like 4 or 5 fibroids. They said when they opened me up, I had like 15 fibroids. So the midwife that was on charge, she was like, that could be the reason why you weren't dilating. So if I want to have a baby again, I really have to work on shrinking these fibroids naturally so that I don't have to have no surgery, because we're not doing that. But other than that, like I said, I wouldn't do the hospital thing again if I can help it. I really would love to just like have a midwife the next time around. If I can't have a home birth, then have it at like a birthing center where it's made to feel like home, you know. But yeah, that's pretty much it, y'all. I don't have nothing else to share. As you can see, I made no progress in my hair. I have to redo all the braids I just did. Ooh, but there goes that swoop I was looking for. So it's all good in the hood. But anyway, I'm gonna stop talking, end it there, because I need to be listening out for if she starts to cry, because now I'm running late on my little timeline, and she could potentially wake up at any moment, because she always wake up when I'm like right in the middle of something, and that's okay. That's her job. I'm not mad at her about it. I just gotta learn how to like get really, really good with my time management at this point. And I'm still not there yet. But anyway, I'm gonna quit talking and let y'all go. Thank you for watching this video. And somebody asked me to do a belly cast video. I will work on that. The footage for the belly cast is like an hour long, so it's gonna take me a little time, you know, to edit that, because I'm not gonna give y'all no hour long video. Ain't nobody got time for that. But I think, I don't know if I said this, but the belly cast video is different from the DIY maternity shoot video, because me and my husband, like, this was like a real project for us. Like, it was almost like he was doing a construction job with the plaster, so we was concentrating. It wasn't a lot of talking, but I definitely will share it, and a few other things that I wanted to talk about, but we'll get there. So anyway, thank you guys for tuning in and watching and listening to my story. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and hit that like button. Leave a comment if you've had a similar or even completely different birthing experience. I want to know. I want to know what else, what other options are there for you, girl, because I don't want to do that again. That's what I know I don't want to do, is that ever again in my life. So anyway, holler back at your girl, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.